So that's like the whole story.
You think that's funny? Let's see. Very funny for sure. Ha ha ha, get a life. Literally get a life, bro. How's it going, y'all, though? If you guys want to debate me, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, I'd love to have with you, I'd love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, I appreciate you guys for being here. The news tonight is John Cornyn has been primaried. Um, MAGA, Republican-backed, Trump-backed candidate Ken Paxton won. Ken Paxton won the primary in Texas. Representative Al Green has also been unsat by a Representative Christian something. I forget his last name. It is the news that I have for you guys. Now, real quick. Hey, that's not me. That's me. You guys are here for debate. Make sure to join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you. Love to have with you. I'd love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, we are looking for some debates. Bam, 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 bam. What the fuck? There we go. There we go. Let you up. Already debated you yesterday.
Yes.
This person isn't a Trump supporter. I'll let you up next. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are
Of
you?
course. 19.
When's your birth year?
2006.
Alright, why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because he's America first. He's doing good for this country, for the economy. He wants to kick out all the illegal immigrants. He's doing it.
Sure, what's one benefit of mass deporting every single undocumented immigrant?
Yeah, I don't have to see those people. They're very aggressive. They commit crimes, so we don't need them here.
According to PNAS and FBI data reports, they're multiple times less likely to commit any sort of violent crime or bad crimes. That's false.
Yeah, you're gonna speak normal, or you're just gonna talk really fast?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll talk fast for you. According to PNAS, an institution that has been tracking crime rates for a very long time, and FBI data reports, according to these two, undocumented immigrants are 2.5 times less likely to commit any sort of violent crime or bad crime in comparison to a US born citizen. In fact, they actually reduce crime rate. And mass deportation also increases crime rate. So if you care about crime, then you wouldn't support mass deportation. But obviously,
Yeah,
you
you're
don't care
so
about
wrong.
crime, you just care about your racism.
You're so wrong, and it's not racism.
Sure, how am I wrong?
I'm
Prove me
well.
wrong.
I'm all right. For a fact, I am racist, but this is not coming from a racist point.
Okay,
If
you're
you're,
racist.
oh yeah, I am, but this is not like a racist
Quote
argument.
unquote, I don't want to see them. Yeah, that is a racist argument. And you said I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. I think
Okay, I'll prove you wrong
it's
right now.
feelings over facts right now.
All right. I live in New York, by the way.
Why
I
do I
live in a
care?
very. I'm giving you an example.
Why
I
do
live
I
in a
care?
very nice neighborhood in New York City.
Why do I
Never in my
care?
life lived here for 15 years have ever had a problem.
Okay, why do I
Ever
care?
since these illegal immigrants come, these illegal Venezuelans come, they throw rocks and
Okay, why
fucking
do I care?
bricks into people's windows. For
Why do I
what?
care?
Because they're Venezuelan. They need to fucking leave.
Okay, why do I care?
I'm giving you an example.
Okay. An example.
Are you illegal?
Am I illegal? I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You look like it to me.
Look like it to you. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't care about your anecdotal experience. I could care less about your anecdotal experience. That doesn't count for the federal level. A and B, it doesn't disprove anything I just said. It is the case that undocumented immigrants do commit crimes, and you might see some undocumented immigrants committing crimes. B, not all undocumented immigrants are Venezuelans. And C, I could make the claim that an undocumented immigrant gave me $5 million. Therefore, undocumented immigrants are amazing on the federal level. Right, and I can't prove that.
Yeah, but that
Just
never
as you
happened.
can't prove your
That never
anecdotal. Well,
happened.
that what you said never happened either. Prove it. Prove it happened.
I mean, you could say it never happened, but it did.
Prove it.
Can't prove it.
Okay, you can say an undocumented immigrant name never gave me $5 million, but it did.
Okay. Why are you lying? I don't see no. You don't even have no money. How are you gonna have $5 million?
Yeah, the undocumented immigrant gave me $5 million literally 10
If you
minutes
had
ago before
$5
my
million,
live stream.
you wouldn't be on TikTok.
It was 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago.
What was 10 minutes ago?
They gave me the $5 million 10
Oh
minutes
yeah,
ago.
they donated it on your shit TikTok live.
Yeah, they donated $5 million on PayPal. Yep.
Why don't you support Trump?
It's a pivot from the conversation. Prove what I said wrong.
Prove what did I said wrong?
That undocumented immigrants on the federal level are multiple times less likely to commit any sort of violent crime or bad crime.
Why do you talk so fast, bro?
Undocumented
normal.
immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit any sort of violent crime or bad crime. Prove that wrong.
That's absolutely false. There's no
Prove it.
way that's true.
I
There's
gave
no
you my
way
sources.
that's true. You're telling wait. So you're telling me people who are undocumented from fucking South America and fucking India and shit are less likely to commit crimes than the people in America that have been born here?
Yes.
Absolutely false.
Prove me wrong.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pull up statistics. I don't know how to do all that, but I guarantee you that's not true.
So I'm gonna pull up statistics, but
Okay,
I'm wrong.
pull up real
and you're
statistics.
right. Yeah, PNAS and FBI data
Don't
reports.
pull up Mexican statistics. Pull up real people statistics, all right?
FBI and PNAS.
Nah, it's fake.
The FBI is fake.
Yeah, they're on some weird, like, liberal, gay,
Who's the FBI ran?
transgender-
Who is the FBI ran by right now?
probably some fucking Indian guy.
Kash Patel. Do you know who he
Yeah,
is?
he's Indian. You think we want him here?
He's Republican.
I don't care what he is. Republican or not, he got to go.
Okay. He's here like legally. I don't like Kash Patel. It doesn't mean he should be deported.
Yeah, he
He's
should.
here legally. Why should
You
I?
and him. You guys got to be sent back on the same boat.
I'm not Indian.
What are you?
I don't think Kash Patel is Indian. I don't know his nationality.
What are you?
Me, I'm Hispanic. Oh, I'm American. My
Same-
nationality, I'm
Same
American.
shit. Same shit, dude. You guys just
Well, my
send you to India.
nationality, I'm American.
Send you to India. Just look the same as them anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, buddy, do you want to turn on your camera?
I can't. I don't have enough followers.
Oh,
or else I
wow. You
would.
don't have enough followers. Where are you from, buddy?
New York.
New York.
Yep.
What time is it?
11:07.
Okay. So you just care about like, you just care about showing.
I don't
off
have
this
a boss,
racism, right?
Carolina.
You
Huh?
just care about like showing off this racism, right? You don't care about the country. You
No,
know
I like-
racism. You know racism has cost this country billions of dollars, right?
Absolutely not.
It has. That's a fact.
Give me one example.
Yeah, I can give you a source.
No, give me an example.
Why would I give you an example and I can give you a source?
Okay. Carolina, no, you got my IP.
Tell me why you support. What's one benefit of mass deporting undocumented immigrants? Oh, I'm sorry, trillions of dollars. I'm so sorry, trillions of dollars. According
Carolina,
to
you're not a New Yorker. You have
Shut
the
up.
Dominican flag.
Shut up. Shh.
You're not a New Yorker. You're from Dominican Republic.
Are you white?
Of course.
Okay, shut up. Shut up, white boy. Shut up, cracker. According to NPR, cost of racism, U.S. economy lost $16 trillion because of discrimination.
Stop lying,
$16 trillion. That really? I called you cracker. You want to call me a beaner? Is that all you got? You don't want
No,
to
it was
respond
like
to
a
the point?
trade. Like you said it to me, so I said it back to you.
Sure, cracker is.
Do you not like beaner? Do you want me to say spick instead?
Sure, cracker isn't a slur, buddy. I'm sorry that you got offended. But those are considered slurs in accordance with TikTok terms of service, so I do kind of kick you for that one. Interesting individuals. How's it going, Fred? Do you support Trump?
Yo, I don't support Trump because I think he lied. I don't even think he's like.
How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Fuck Trump. Most Trump supporters are racist and they think like 10-year-olds. I love you. Have a blessed day, bro.
I love you too, bro. Have a good day. I mean, good night, honestly. Moving on to the next, guys. I know who this individual is in the guest box. They're another Trump supporter, so I'm going to deny they're not going to deny it right there. If you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you have not already. As soon as you hit that subscribe, click on the bell, click on the notification icon. If you're over here on TikTok and you want to support this community, click on the link tree in the description of the TikTok bio. You can find my threads, Instagram, all of the above. And if you're over on YouTube, in the description of the live stream as well. I think this is the one that was like just weird, so I'll just ban him. How's it going, y'all? How's it going? Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen if you haven't not already. Repost the live, share the live, do all the wonderful things. Click on the share and then click on repost. That is the easiest way to get more people in here. And if you are MAGA, if you want to tell me why you support Trump, why men are better at leading than women, or why it's wrong to be gay, join up in the guest box. And Mr. Todd.
Hey, buddy.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, how Trump's a nigger, dude. He's a kite clover who puts Israel before America. He's a pet.
We on to the next guest.
Wow, I
What do
can't
you want to
believe
talk
that.
about?
Sorry. Yeah, I want to talk about why it's right. I mean, wrong to be gay.
How old are you?
18.
When's your birth year?
2011. Nigger. I got you, bitch. Fuck you.
No, you didn't get me. You kind of got yourself there because you proved you're not smart. Because A, you think being gay is wrong. B, you spam slurs. And C, you did math wrong. You failed at everything you needed to do. You should go back to kindergarten. You were just there like a year ago. Thank you. Moving on to the next guest. If you're a Trump supporter, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you. Love to have a debate with you. Love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, we are here to look for some debates. You know, to David. I forgot that last name's guest. How's it going? What do you want to talk about?
Yo, I love supporting Big Ben, Big Netanyahu. I love Israel. And definitely not. No, I just love Israel. I blindly follow Israel.
Yeah, you're trolling, bro. You wouldn't say you blindly follow Israel if you blindly follow Israel. I was ready for that debate, but how's it going? What do you want to talk about?
You're a nigger. You're a fat little nigger.
Very emotional men today. I mean, this proves the statistics that like men are more emotional than like women. All right, moving on to the next guest.
Yo,
How's it going? How,
good.
pronouns?
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a child. Moving on to the next guest. Dude, they're just trolling you. That's what MAGA is. How's it going?
Hello,
Do you support
how's it
Trump?
going?
Maybe the rest. Do you support Trump?
Hey, yes, we do.
All right, why do you support Trump?
Because he's putting Mexicans in ICE camps.
Do you support his mass deportation policies?
Yes, we do.
What's one benefit of mass deporting undocumented immigrants?
They're not documented.
But what's one benefit of getting rid of them?
More stuff for the poor people.
No, it actually would increase poverty, which would increase crime. Right. So the poor people, quote unquote, would be worse off due to mass deportation. Do you want to know how?
How?
According to the American Immigration Council, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S.-born workers would lose their job. GDP would shrink as numbers seen in the 2008 recession. Inflation would go up, and prices in affected industries such as groceries, construction, for labor work permits, etc., those would all skyrocket. Right, we would also see a reduction in $100 billion in taxes every year, $1.1 to $1.7 trillion into the GDP, and then $22 billion in Social Security, which is a social safety net,
Yeah, we
as well
print
as
money.
Medicaid.
We print money and we have a lot of gold, so we don't need to worry about none of that.
We're gonna be losing money that's going into our economy. And we're also gonna be losing jobs.
If they wanted to boost the economy, all they have to do is hire a whole bunch of illegal immigrants, and then they can go to the United States Army, and then they can fight for our country, and then they can become citizens.
You shouldn't have to fight for the country in order to be a citizen.
Yeah, you
We
do.
should offer them. We should offer them mass
Absolutely.
amnesty.
No. You need to fight for the country if you're going to be here.
So, do you think my citizenship should be revoked? Do you think my citizenship should be revoked? I was born here, and I haven't fought for this country.
You were born here when?
When?
Yeah,
Why does that matter?
because it matters.
The point is here we're saying that you want people to be deported if they didn't fight for their country.
Yeah.
Does that
We
include
need
people that
to
are
we
born
need to
here?
deport Mexicans in general.
Even legal Mexicans?
Like legal Mexicans, illegal Mexicans, we need to deport them.
Okay. You racist?
No.
You are. That wasn't a question. It
It's
wasn't a
not
yes
about
or no
that.
question.
This is not Mexico. This is the United States. So like, if you feel so strongly about Mexico, you need to go to the place that you love.
People can love other places and not live there. You're racist. Does it offend you seeing people of color in your neighborhood? He ran. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Moving on to the next guest.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
How's it going? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, living the dream. Yeah, the Southern Poverty Law Center got caught funding the Triple K and other organizations, Schnazi organizations. Just wondering your thoughts on that. And please
Not
don't
sure.
tell me that they were trying to infiltrate, because just look at some of the leaders of those organizations were the ones
Were
getting
they
funded.
charged?
You're talking about the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Yes.
Yes.
They were charged? Where? How so? Good source. What's your source?
Oh, dude, you don't know this?
Yeah, what's your source?
Oh, wow. Yeah, the DOJ under
Title?
Blanche.
What were they charged with?
Wire fraud, stuff like that. Yeah.
Charged for wire fraud?
Yeah, wire fraud and a whole slew of stuff. Yeah. Damn, dude, you didn't know about this? Go
Sure.
figure.
The allegations hasn't been charged.
Well, we know that they were funding, and then they had to
Yeah, so there's
backtrack.
still allegations. They haven't been found guilty.
Well,
so
no,
that's
I mean, they're still got to go to court and all that. It's not
So they
false.
haven't been found. They have they been found guilty?
No, but they've been charged. It's not. It's
Okay,
just happened like a month ago.
So they haven't been found guilty. Okay. What's your evidence that leads you
This
to
time
believe?
next year.
What's your evidence?
This
that
time
leads
next
you-
year, they will
what's-
be charged. This time
Sure,
next year.
Sure. What's your evidence
That's how
that
it
leads?
works.
Sure. What's your evidence that leads you to believe that they're gonna be charged and that they committed this crime?
Well, they were already charged. They've been charged. That's
I
got to
mean,
go to
be
court.
found guilty. I'm sorry, be found guilty. What's your evidence that they're gonna be found guilty?
Terminology, right? Before you go in here. What am I basing it off of?
Yes. What evidence?
The evidence that's in the indictment. Did you read it?
Yes. What is that?
Which is a whole slew of things. It's a bunch of pages with all kinds of stuff on there.
Can you name me one piece of evidence in the case that you think is beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed this crime?
Yeah, that's why they brought forth the case.
So what's
Because
one
they
piece
have-
of evidence that proves it beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed this crime?
Because they admitted to it
Where?
in their statement.
Which statement?
Go look it up, dude. I mean,
Published when?
Jesus, I'm giving you gold here, and you're asking for more.
When was the statement published?
About 3 weeks after.
Okay, 3 weeks after where I found the statement.
So your thoughts on
The
that?
news source. I need you to prove what you're saying. You're saying they released a statement. What's your source for that?
The SPLC.
Is it like on social media, a news
Yes.
source?
Yes, you can say social media.
What social media app?
Okay, before we do that, I just want to know your opinion as I
What
pull this
social
up.
media? You made a claim. What social media app?
I'm going to pull it up, but I want to know your opinion.
My opinion? If they're found
Or are you
guilty,
gonna
they're
run?
found guilty. If they're found guilty, they're found guilty. They should be held accountable. If they're
Right.
not found guilty, they're not found guilty, and that's that.
Okay.
Cool. What's your source
The SPLC and the indictment
What
from
social
the
media? Of the claim
The
you made? You
SPLC.
made a claim that they released a statement on social media admitting to this.
Yep. Yeah.
Which social media app?
I'll pull it up for you, son. You know, you should do these things before getting up here and asking your guests what they want to talk about, and then you have absolutely no clue. Hold on, let me find my glasses here. Stand by, my son.
Sure. Obviously, when I ask a guest what they want to talk about, I'm not going to know every single thing I'm not gonna like know about like quantum physics.
Right, you're crashing out.
I'm not gonna
crashing out
know.
because it makes your side look bad, and you're crashing out because there's a lot of.
I'm responding to what you're saying. You made the claim that I should know everything. If
No, I'm not making that
yes.
claim.
You said you should know what you're
But you're
talking
sure
about. If you want to
defensive.
ask the
Why don't you let me pull it up for you?
because
young
when
man.
can I finish talking? So
Yeah,
obviously
go ahead.
I'm not gonna do research on everything. I'm not gonna do research on quantum physics, on Pluto, Mars. I'm not gonna do research on every aspect of the Chinese economy. Right? It has to be relevant within the conversation. And sure, this Southern Poverty Law Center could be relevant. And I've not done research. That's why I'm asking you for your sources. A claim that you made was they admitted this in a public statement released on social media. So what we're waiting on, what social media app? And then what did the statement say?
Okay, stand by.
Yeah, make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen if you have not already. Repost the live, share the live, do all the wonderful things. If you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe as always. Check out the links in the description of the live stream to join other communities. There's a poll over on YouTube. Make sure to go vote.
What's the poll about?
Yeah, if people support Trump, guess what? Every single poll is always no majority.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, they're sitting here cooking for you, so.
These are random people. Most of them are Trump supporters in my chat. I'm not famous, so
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have to worry about that.
All 30 people.
Well, on TikTok, yeah. I mean, there's like what 5 people that are here every day. Like type of one in the chat if you're here like almost every day. It's gonna be like 5 ones. On TikTok. On YouTube,
It seems that they have backtracked and now they're saying that they are wanting a dismissal of it.
Oh, so where can I find the statement though? I'm sure like a news media reported on this.
Yeah,
That's
PBS,
obviously huge. PBS, what's the title? What's the title for PBS?
Southern Poverty Law Center seeks dismissal.
No, where's the clip? Where's the statement? You said they made a statement.
You just asked for the title. I gave you the title.
No, but
If
what
can't
were
follow
you
the
looking
conversation,
up? What were you looking up?
And don't ask for certain
Yeah,
things.
what were you looking up?
You don't crash out.
What were you looking up? What were you looking up? The statement they made admitting to it, right?
Yeah. So again, how do you feel about that? As I pull this up for you, how do you feel about that?
You need to pull up the statement and tell me where I can find it.
What's your side? Funding the Triple K.
That's great. Pull up the statement.
That's your side.
That's great. Pull up the statement.
And then saying that they're informants.
Popcorn. Stop crashing out. Okay, I know you're an emotional little man. Stop crashing out and provide me the statement. Okay, we do this every day. You know, we provide evidence. You come on my live stream a lot of times. We provide evidence. You don't provide evidence for a single thing you say.
No, hold on, I got you right here. April 2026. Yes, house.gov right here.
Cool. Where can I find the statement they made admitting to it? You said on social media. So which social media app?
All right, just again, let me pull it up.
Sure.
The SPLCs. Hold on, man. I'm not going to use that. So.
Dun 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 dun. He's so full of hate talking about the last guest. Yeah, very sad. Dun 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 dun. If you guys are over here on TikTok, double tap that phone. So you can try to get to 10.5 thousand likes. Click in the guest box if you want to debate me, as well as follow this account, and you can follow my backup account in the description of in the bio of TikTok, just in case anything happens to this one. And then check out the link tree. I have Instagram, Threads, all of the above. They're all there. And if you're watching this, if they're over on YouTube after the fact, I appreciate you for being here. Obviously, we know that the news of today, John Cornyn lost to Trump-backed candidate Ken Paxton. Al Green was unseated by Christian, I forget his name, also a Democrat. And then we have other breaking news. South Carolina refused to give Trump his seats. Republicans voted against it, against the gerrymandering. So that's a great thing and a major loss for Trump. So that's the news that we have for you guys today.
Yep. So just real quick,
Sure.
So, yeah, right here. Yep. So their initial defense was that they were paid informants. That was their April 28, 2026 Facebook post.
Is that them admitting to wire fraud?
That's them admitting that they were paying informants.
But you said that they admitted to pay to wire fraud.
That's the charge that the DOJ filed on them.
You said they admitted this.
Yes, they admitted, and I'm telling you now that
Where
the
is
Southern
it?
Poverty Law Center said that they did this because they were paying informants. And I got it right here, and I can post that.
No, but the claim that you made, the reason why you believe that this is
There you
beyond a
go.
reasonable doubt that it was wire fraud, it's because they admitted to this. So you're shifting the
When we
goalposts.
began working with
on,
informants,
pause,
we were
popcorn,
living in the
popcorn,
shadow
popcorn,
of the
popcorn,
height of the
popcorn,
civil rights movement,
popcorn,
which
popcorn.
had seen bombing or boomings at churches, state-sponsored, whatever. When threats and other unlawful activity were relevant, the SPLC immediately passed the information to law enforcement. The SPLC is not a law enforcement agency. They are not allowed to infiltrate any kind of agency like that or hate group like that. And especially on top of that, they're not allowed to funnel that money to them. One of them was the head of the entire organization.
Sure. You said they're not allowed to do that. What statute? What law?
Right there,
What law?
there's the proof.
So you made two claims. Let's investigate this claim before you go back to the. So what law? What law prevents them?
So
From
they
doing
were.
this? What law? No, no.
So
What law?
they, dude, stop crashing out because you're losing.
What law?
Just relax.
Yeah,
You're losing. Stop crashing.
Yeah. What law?
You can go read the indictment. So
No. What law?
here's
Can
proof.
you said they weren't allowed to do that.
Hold on,
What
hold
law?
on, my guy.
Can you answer the question?
Stop pivoting.
No, you're the one who pivoted.
You
And
said
wanna know-
SPLC didn't admit to it. I'm
yeah.
showing you they did.
And so the difference is you made the claim SPLC admitted to wire fraud and admitting to funding these KKK groups. That's not true. They never admitted to funding these KKK groups. Okay, what you're pulling up and them saying that it was for infiltration, that's completely different admission. Okay, so instead, how about you prove that they
it's the
funded
same
these
thing, my guy.
KKK groups? So hold
my
on, them
guy.
funding people to go infiltrate the groups is not them funding the groups. That's different. And you made the claim that they admitted to funding the groups. Two completely different claims.
No, I said that they funded their informant, one of which was the leader, the CEO of that organization.
Okay.
Last name Williams.
Sure. So
You need
did
to go
they,
read the indictment. So,
did they or did they not fund these groups?
They provided funds to the groups, yes.
They provided funds for and did they admit to this?
They just said right here today the SPLC filed 2 motions in federal court. Blah 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 blah. When we began working, which I already read that, but yes, they admitted that they were our informants. Fingers quote informants. They
So
weren't
that's them
informants. They were
funding
the
informants, not the
CEO of
groups.
the entire
That's
organization.
them funding informants, not the groups. So
How are you
that's
going
not
to fund an informant and he's the CEO of the entire organization?
Yeah, how do you know that
You're
informant was
funding
the
the
CEO? What's your
organization.
source for that? What's your
It's
source
right
that the
here. I
informant
just
that
showed
they
it to you.
funded?
The Southern Poverty
yeah.
Law Center.
Hold on.
I just
The
showed it to you.
Southern Poverty lawsuit said that they funded the CEO.
No, the
And then what's your
indictment.
source that the informant was the CEO?
The indictment.
Sure, where can I find the indictment?
The DOJ.
The DOJ, what's the title?
Okay, you can do a little bit of research,
Okay,
right?
what's your title? What's the title?
Okay, you can do a teeny tiny itty bitty bit of research.
No, not for your homework. What's the title?
Okay, it's not my homework; it's your homework.
It is because you made the claim. You made the claim
I've
that
already
the
done my homework. You're trying
you
to
made
copy
the
the test.
you made the claim that
You're not
CPLC
copying
funded.
from my paper.
You
need to
made the
figure
claim
this
that
out on your own.
you made the claim that CPLC funded the CEO. In the evidence is
Who?
in the indictment.
Who did it?
You're making the claim that CPLC funded the CEO.
Dude, you don't even know the name of the organization.
Sure, I don't care about the acronyms of it.
SPLC.
SPLC. I don't care about the acronyms. You
So
made the
you don't
claim.
even know what you're talking about. You have absolutely no clue. No clue what you're talking about. No wonder you're
Yeah, I
saying.
haven't done research into this. Did you not hear me when I said that the first time?
No, you said CPLC.
And I'm still
What the hell is a
dog walking
CPLC?
you. I'm still dog walking you, even though I know nothing.
How the hell are you
How-
dog walking me?
Yeah,
and
the
I'm just
reason
putting on an
how
absolute
the reason how
clinic right now?
the reason how I'm dog walking you is
Dude,
just
I'm-
investigating your claim.
I'm putting on
So
a
can you-
clinic right
can
now.
you prove
This
can you
is
prove the
debate
claim?
101.
Shh, can you prove the claim
Yes, I can, and I just did.
Hold on.
I just showed
claim
you.
that you made. The claim that you made was
I just showed you,
the claim that you made was that the Southern Poverty lawsuit.
and I
funded
just showed you on
the claim that
my
you made.
screen on
Okay,
Southern
let it
Poverty
all
Law
out.
Center's
Let it all
Facebook
out.
page.
Let it all out. Go
Right
ahead.
here, I'll show you again. Look at that. What?
See how
what
long
is
you can
that
go.
right
Let's
there?
see how long.
Southern
Let it all out.
Poverty
Take
Law
your time.
Center post right there. Do you see right there? You see that name right there, Southern Poverty Law Center, dated April 28th. They posted it at 11:41 a.m., admitting that they were funneling money to those organizations for paid informants, even though some of those informants were the CEO of that organization. What kind of informant is that? You're paying an informant that is a leader of the entire organization. Come on, bro. And then you say CPLC. You don't even know the name. So, host, you got dog walked, you got cooked, and I guess there's nothing more for me left here to do. So I'm going to go on to the next
You're
live.
gonna run? Yeah, run away, buddy. Run away. Can you prove that? Can you prove that the informant was a CEO? Go ahead, prove it.
Yes, his last name is Williams. It's in the indictment.
Cool.
Williams.
Where can I find the indictment? What's his first name?
Online.
What's his first name? Online is his source.
First name, last name is Williams.
What's his first name?
There's only one Williams, so it doesn't matter what his first name is. There's only one Williams.
The indictment. Sure. What's the?
Hey, guess
where
what?
can I
He's
find the
still
indictment? Hold on. Pause. Don't pivot. I don't care what you have to
He's
say.
still the CEO.
I don't care what you.
right
I don't
now.
care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. What's the? Where can I find the indictment? Go ahead.
Online.
Online is that's vague. I need a source.
You can use Google.
Google. That's not a source. That's a search engine. Try again.
Okay,
Popcorn. I thought you were
DOJ.gov.
smarter. DOJ.gov. What's the title?
You can look that up.
It's your claim. You're trying to prove a claim that you made. So what's the title?
And I proved my claim.
If you don't give me a title, that's a concession, and I'll kick you. You have
It's
10
not a
seconds.
concession. I've already
10,
proved everything I need to
9,
prove.
Hey, no, you
Hey,
haven't.
you
Because
want
the
me
claim
to-
that you made that the
You want me
informant
to
was
do
a
your homework?
CEO.
I've done my homework. You've
No,
done no
the
homework.
claim that you
I'm
made
not
is
letting
that
you copy my test, my guy.
the claim that you made was that the informant was a CEO.
cooked,
You
my
said I
guy.
can find this in the indictment, and you have failed to
You're
provide me
getting
the
cooked, my
evidence.
guy. My guy, you're getting cooked. This is
Yeah, that's
Dog
someone.
walk
That's what
101
someone
right
losing
here.
would say. So
Hey,
try again, popcorn.
and the
What's your
comment
source?
for popcorn.
what's
What's
your
my
source?
source? The last 5 minutes of me absolutely dog walking you. That's my source. That you.
That's not a source. Holy shit.
Yeah, this video is the source of you
A
getting
video?
cooked.
A video of me getting cooked is not a source that the informant is a CEO. You making a claim is not a source.
Yeah, it's in the indictment. It's right there.
Cool. Where can I
Lists
find the
everything
indictment?
out. His name and the organization that he works for. And guess what? You go
Cool.
to the website, and he's still the CEO.
Where can I find the indictment?
DOJ.
What's the title?
Check it out.
Check it out. That's the title. Let's see. DOJ. Check it out.
Yep.
DOJ investigation report incidents. Is it that one?
Sure.
Okay. No, this is for my city. That's weird. It's not that one.
Is
Let's click on the next
anybody
one.
is anybody done
Department-
in
is
the
it-
comments want to
this
come
is-
up and help out
Oh,
the
this
host?
is the
Because
the
the host is
homepage. So
struggling
that's not
right now.
true. Is it
What the
automated
host wants
case
me to do
information?
is do his homework. I ain't gonna do his homework. I've done my homework. You've not done yours, and I'm not doing yours. So
Who are you gonna run? That's a concession, right?
no, you're conceding by not
By not
trying
why?
to learn.
I'm literally asking you for information, and you are
All right,
failing to
so
provide me
go
with
to
that
Google.
information.
All right, so go to Google and type in DOJ indictment on Southern Poverty Law Center.
Okay, the part DOJ indictment on Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yes, that's what it is. Not
Okay.
CPLC, whatever that is.
Okay, is it called indictment the Southern Poverty Law Center? Is it that one, or is it federal grand jury charges against Southern Poverty Law Center? Which one is it?
You can take your pick.
Okay, we'll do with the first one. Let's see if this proves your claim. Which page is it? 1 through 14. Which page is it?
Just search for Williams.
Just search Control F.
Yeah, Control F. There you go.
Okay, it's WILLIAMS. Yes. Right. Just to clarify, that's a spelling.
Are you asking me how to spell Williams?
Because I spelled Williams and it's 0 out of 0. So I'm just clarifying on the spelling. Is that how you spell it? Because it's 0 out of 0 right
Hold
now.
on. I'm not going to show you, but I'll follow you just to prove that you're being disingenuous.
Oh no, how about I just show you? So how about I just show you? Let's see. Let's do this here real quick. So that is not what I clicked. Let's just go back. So we all know I'm not being disingenuous. Let's just go back. Obviously it's a 0 to 0. Let's just go back. DOJ. I typed in exactly what you wanted me to type. Okay, DOJ indictment. I said the first one and the second one. You said choose your pick. I said okay, the first one. I clicked on it. As you can see, it's purple. I do Control F, and then I do Williams. Maybe it's William. No, maybe it's typing it again. That would work. My computer.
Okay, I'll help you out. So
Williams?
the title
No
is
Williams.
Federal
Okay.
Grand Jury Charges Southern Poverty Law Center, and then there's a link in there.
Oh, so then you gave me the wrong one. So why did you tell me to choose why did you tell me to choose this one?
Because I'm trying to help you walk through this. So
but you
the
told me to
title
choose my
is
pick. So that was a lie.
Federal
So it's
Grand
this one,
Jury-
right?
Yep. So Federal Grand Jury Charges Southern Poverty Law Center.
Okay. Now, what do you want me to do here?
Now, the first paragraph there's a link there that says indictment. Click that. Or the second paragraph or whatever. It says it right there. It's highlighted. It's underlined. It's in blue. There you go. Click that. And now search for Williams.
Is this where I was? This is where I was. 0 out of 0. Let's type it again. Maybe it's my computer that's lagging, right? Maybe I have bad internet. Maybe Popcorn would never lie. Right? Popcorn would never lie, right? Oh, I typed it again. What the hold on, let me just exit out. Popcorn would never lie. Hold on. Popcorn would never lie. What? There's no way. It's gotta be my computer. Popcorn would never lie. What? No way. Popcorn doesn't lie. Popcorn's never lied. What's going on? Let's just try. Third time's a charm. No. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's a glitch. Hold on. Popcorn would never lie. I have to click it again. I have to do Control F. I have to delete it. Hold on. Popcorn, you would never lie. Williams.
Oh, it's right here. I got it right here for you.
Okay. Popcorn would never lie. What's going on?
So here you go. The document uses code identifiers for individuals such as F9, F37, Employee 1, etc. So what you do is
AI
go over
assistant.
here. So what you do is go over here to the indictment,
Yeah,
match
we're all
up
watching.
the F9 or F37, right? And then that way, then you will get the names that you are looking for. So
Okay. See, maybe I just don't know how to use technology. So, what page is it? Where pages?
you
Which
clearly
page?
demonstrated that.
Which page? Popcorn. Which page?
All right, so let me help you
Because I'm on the indictment. Which page? Which page is it?
It
Is
is
it 1 through 14? Which page?
It is page 6. Line 13, to secretly funnel
I'm on
donated
page
money.
6.
to the
Maybe
F.
I thought I genuinely didn't know how to use
Including
technology,
a
and whenever I click
person would become
Control
chief
F,
financial officer,
whenever
employee
I
one.
click Control F, I have to be on the specific page, right? I thought I was on the wrong page, and I genuinely, guys, I'm young, right? I'm obviously younger than Popcorn, but like maybe I thought I had to be on the specific page to look it up. Well, he said page 6. He said it's on page 6, so let's try again. Okay, we're gonna try again because maybe I didn't know how to use technology. Williams.
So it says to secretly funnel
Williams. Okay, Williams. I
donated
tried again on
money
page
to the East
page 6.
or
This
the
is what you
F.
said.
individuals
This is what you said,
at the
page 6 in
SPLC,
Williams.
including a person who would become the chief financial officer, employee 1,
Let's do
and a
capital
person
F.
who would become the director,
Huh. Wow. Is
Of
it?
the
Are you
project.
sure it's page? Maybe
Employee
popcorn.
2,
Popcorn.
so that's-
Popcorn. Popcorn. You would never lie. You would never ever lie. Are you sure it's page 6? Maybe you looked at the wrong page. Are you sure? Are you positive it's page 6, Popcorn? Because I'm on page 6. I've done capital W.
Yeah, I just read it to
Lowercase W. So where can I find it on page 6?
so the name Williams. So they
Williams
use
doesn't
code
pop up on
identifiers.
page 6.
All right, so the code identifiers. You know what code identifiers are, right?
I have no idea what those are now.
So you don't know what a code identifier is. So
No,
like
I don't.
instead of using your name Jeremiah, right,
Sure.
or whatever your name is, you would be known as employee 1, right, or E1. So
Sure.
so your identifier to reference you is E1, right? And so when you go and you look up through E1,
So I thought you said this said Williams though. You told me to search Williams. Did you lie? I've been searching Williams.
no, what you got to do in here is find
Huh.
that employee 1 is the name, employee 1. So
Okay.
who's
Employee
employee
1.
1?
employee 1.
All right. And
Is it
and
on
what
page
pops up?
6?
And what pops up?
Nothing pops up.
Okay, then you have no clue how to use technology. And I'm not going to sit here
am I on
and
page
walk you
6?
through a clinic
Chat.
on
Hold on.
how
Hold
to
on,
find
popcorn.
stuff.
I feel like I'm being gaslit. There's like people over on YouTube and people over on TikTok. Do I not know how to use technology? Like, I don't want to be disingenuous. I am genuinely searching. I searched up Williams on page 1 and page 6, and I'm searching up employee 1. Nothing
Dude,
is popping up.
Do you see my finger right there?
Where can I find it on my end?
It's on page 6,
Popcorn.
you jackass.
Does this say
Right there.
page 6?
Employee 1.
Does this say page 6?
Employee 1.
Does this say page 6? Yes or no?
Yeah, zoom in. Yeah, zoom in. It's right there. Holy shit, dude. You can't be this dumb. Do you see employee right there? It's right there, just below your cursor. You're being disingenuous, dude. It says it right there, employee 1. Anyway.
Wait, hold on. Where does it say? Wait, hold on. Where?
You just said employee 1 doesn't exist, and it's right there.
Oh, right there. Okay, I see it. There we go.
You got
Okay,
dog
it says
walk,
right
you
there.
got cooked. Anyway.
Hold on, pause. Employee
I'm
1.
on to
Okay.
the next
Hold on.
slide,
Okay,
you got
sure. Hold on,
absolutely
popcorn.
demolished. You got
Popcorn, don't
cooked.
run. Don't run. We still have more
research
investigation to do.
before you get on.
Popcorn. We still also. I don't know why that didn't pop
And
up.
you
Maybe I
got
needed.
cooked again.
Maybe I needed the quotation marks. Maybe.
I cooked you the last time I was up here.
Yeah,
and
popcorn.
you
Hold on.
still
Let's do
come
more
up here as
investigation.
if you know what
So
you're talking
let's
about.
popcorn. Let's do more
W for
investigation.
popcorn.
Popcorn. Let's do
Everybody,
more
W
investigation.
for
Are you gonna run?
popcorn.
Are you gonna run?
No, I'm going to the next slide. My work here
Oh, but
is
you're
done.
gonna. So can you prove?
My work here is done. My guy.
Can you read that?
My
Can you read
work
that
here
first?
is,
Can you read that
done.
first paragraph for us? Read it.
The work here is done.
Are you gonna read it?
I gave you the proof you asked for. You said it didn't exist. I give you the proof.
Yeah, this doesn't prove
I
that
give you the
Williams. Hold
greatest
on.
proof that you can have.
This doesn't prove that Williams, the CEO, was actually
And you're
the,
running from the truth.
infiltrator.
And you're running from facts.
Yeah, is this you crashing out? Wow, Popcorn, an emotional little man. As expected, Popcorn crashes out. Popcorn's an
That's
emotional
you
little
crashing
man.
out by muting me because you got dog walk.
Well,
And
it's
you
'cause you
sat
keep
there and
interrupting
lied to
Kate.
your chat. You
I
lied
didn't
to
lie.
your
No.
audience watching you saying, "Oh, I just searched it. I can't find it." And then
Yeah,
it's right
hold on.
there.
I didn't- hold
It's
on.
right there
I
in front of your
didn't find it.
cursor.
No, I didn't find it. I genuinely, I searched it up and I didn't find it.
Yep. But
We all saw
everybody in the chat watching on YouTube too, they've seen it.
Yeah, they're all saying I'm dog walking.
They've seen it.
Also, I conceded when
Oh,
I saw
dude.
employee 1. When I saw
Dude,
employee
you
1, I
got
conceded.
demolished, my guy.
Hold on, prove employee 1 is Williams. Prove it.
Damn. Anyway, I am on to the next
Is
slide.
this crash out? Is this crash out
So,
popcorn?
W
Popcorn.
popcorn.
You're really
Hey,
burnt right now.
Thanks for
Popcorn.
watching on YouTube.
Popcorn, you're really
Your
burnt
boy
right now.
got cooked. I can't believe y'all sent him money.
Yeah, Popcorn, you're really
I
getting
can't
burnt
believe
right
you
now.
sent this grifter money after I just exposed him for being the disingenuous liar.
How did
that
you
he
expose
is.
me?
Because you sat there and lied to your audience and said that employee 1's nowhere here to be found, and it was right there on your camera. We all saw it.
We did the process.
We all saw it
on
on
live
page
together.
6. We
and
all
you told
saw
me
it
to
on
do
page
Control F.
6. So
Hold on.
you have a
Popcorn,
good one, my
Popcorn,
guy.
Stop crashing out. Don't run. Don't be a beta cuck. Don't run. And he ran. Chat. I will admit, Control F. Let's try with quotation marks. Employee. Because I don't think it's my computer. Employee 1. Quotation marks. Okay, what the fuck? That's not even coming up. So, might be my computer's fault. Might be, yeah, that's weird. But employee 1 was there, right? I'm not gonna lie. Why would I lie? That's stupid. I genuinely wanted to see where employee 1 was. That didn't prove anything. That didn't prove that the Southern Poverty Law Center was funding this group. Right. At first, he said they admitted to funding this group, which is a lie when he conceded to that. And then he said that, oh, they admitted to funding like infiltrators to go into this group, and they paid those infiltrators, not the group in specific. That was weird. Weird popcorn. Popcorn is really weird. Who do you support and why? No one right now for president. I'm gonna hit a restart though, so we can have more debates. I'm probably gonna do a couple. Back. Popcorn is always interesting. Popcorn is always interesting. Popcorn is always an interesting individual, I'll say that. Popcorn is always an interesting case. He comes up here, makes a claim, doesn't provide evidence for his claim. You know, we do interrogation in his claims. Obviously, if Southern Poverty Law Center is found guilty of doing this, they should be held accountable. I'm not gonna do like much research on it. There's a lot of news that I cover, right? But the news that I did, it was that they paid infiltrators to go in, and then he said that so they admitted to like funding these groups, and there was no evidence for that. He walked that back, and then said that they funded infiltrators. And then he said one of the infiltrators was a CEO. And then he said to search up Williams, we couldn't find it. Then employee 1, and then we did find it eventually after some rough time, but we did find employee 1. And then he ran away after that because he couldn't be interrogated any further because he knew that his claim would be absolutely dissolved. And that's popcorn for y'all. That is popcorn. We are looking for some debates. If you're a Trump supporter, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, if you guys want to support this live stream, make sure to join up in the guest box and debate me. Or not support this live stream, but you guys want to debate me, join up in the guest box. And if you guys want to support this live stream, link tree in the description of the bio. This is a troll. Yeah, you're a troll, right?
No, sir.
Yes, you are. I feel like you are a troll. If you're not a troll, hop up back in the guest box. But I feel like you're like 99% a troll. You've been in my live before. I recognize names. If you're a Trump supporter, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, you're looking for some good, productive dialogue. If you're a Trump supporter, if you think men are better at leading than women, or if you think it's wrong to be gay, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight, as always. I'll let you back up. If you're a troll, I'm going to ban you, though.
Yo,
You
what's
support
up?
Trump.
I do.
Okay, how old are you?
20.
Why do you
What
support
year?
Trump?
Oh, sorry. All of his policies regarding the border.
Which policies?
Excuse me, his EOs.
Which executive orders?
Unlocked me. Sorry.
Okay. If you're a Trump supporter, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to have a debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, we are only looking for some debates. We're looking for some debates, as always. If you are a Trump supporter, if you support Trump, if you think our men are better at leading than women, or if you think it's wrong to be gay, join up in the guest box. I'd love to have a productive dialogue with you tonight. As always. If you ever need to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. As always, make sure to hit that notification whenever you hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hit always, where you get notified every single time I do a live stream, which is every day, by the way. We do these every single day. Moving on to the next guest. How's it going?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. Do you support Trump?
Well, I voted for him.
Do you still support him?
I would say generally, yeah. I mean,
Why is that?
Yeah, so honestly, I hate when people put this prompt because it's so open-ended and then you do the whataboutism. So tell me some things that you don't support, because I don't support a lot of what he's done. So maybe I'll agree with you, maybe I'll disagree with you. So tell me
You could
some
go back in time if you knew Harris. If you knew everything you know now, would you vote for Harris or Trump?
Oh, of course, Trump, yeah.
Okay, why?
I mean, dude, first of all, listen, the only thing that differentiates Trump from Harris, because I was very hopeful when Elon endorsed him and the whole Doge mission and everything. Granted, it's still going on a little bit. I mean, not as much as I would have hoped. But that being said, the only thing that really differentiates them is social issues. They're completely fiscally the same, and probably Trump is better
That's not
fiscally,
true.
but but they're both fiscally irresponsible, and we both know that.
So, yeah, Trump is way more fiscally irresponsible than
Are you
Harris.
kidding me?
Yes.
In what way?
Debt-related spending. Trump added $4 trillion more than the Biden-Harris administration in reference to debt-related spending, including COVID-related for both admins and non-COVID-related spending. Also, the economy horrible.
So
because
what
of
are
Donald
you
Trump.
including the infrastructure bill and COVID relating spending or
Yeah,
what?
I'm including COVID-related and non-COVID-related
No,
spending.
I'm saying, are you including
Both.
Biden's infrastructure bill in COVID related
Yes.
spending?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's insane. That
How
doesn't
is that
make any
insane?
sense, right?
How is it?
Because what does
We're
infrastructure
determining.
have to do with COVID?
Hold on, no. We're saying this is what debt-related spending this is what they added into the debt. Okay, Joe Biden added like 4.2, which includes non-COVID related and COVID related. Donald Trump added 8 trillion, which included four non-COVID related and 4 COVID related spending. So Trump is worse for
Right.
non-COVID and COVID related spending. Trump is worse for the debt.
Okay. All right. And sure, that's not anything I want to argue about because I agree that Trump is terrible. And
But
when
you
it
said he's
relates
better
to fiscal
fiscally. That's
responsibility.
false.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think yes, because, you know, do you think if Kamala was there was a chance that she would have cut any USAID stuff or anything like that? No.
She wouldn't cut USAID, and that's bad. Cutting USAID is bad.
Yeah, so you're crazy, man.
Okay,
Because-
do you support the deaths of 14 million people?
Yeah, you can phrase it any way you want.
That's
but no.
literally what's going to happen. 14 million people are going to die because of USAID. 4.5 million of them being children.
You can
This isn't
say
this
that,
also this
right?
isn't what
No,
aboutism.
I've heard
Let's
this
take a look at what's
talking point
actually.
a million
Well,
times.
let's look at what's actually going on right now. This Ebola outbreak became an outbreak because USAID was cut. That's why.
Sure. And is it our
That's true.
responsibility or is it the West's responsibility as a whole?
I think it could fall on both.
Or actually anywhere else in the world? Is it Russia's responsibility? Is it China's response? Or is it just the United States' responsibility to have, to
I
give
think as the richest
humanitarian
country,
aid?
yes.
Are we the richest country though? We're in debt every single year. We have
Because of
the
Trump.
biggest deficit
Trump
in
added the most debt.
the entire world.
Yeah, Trump is making us insolvent. Yes, his one big beautiful
Okay,
bill adds
right,
$5 trillion.
right. So
if you care about the
first
debt,
of
you should
all,
vote for Trump then.
right? So if you want to talk about how do we cut the deficit to zero? Because I completely disagree with
Tax the rich.
what he did with the. Okay, hold on. I completely disagree with what he did with, lowering the corporate tax. I think that decision in 2017 was absolutely ridiculous. That being said, there was nothing put forward during the Biden administration to change that. And because, you know why? Because it would be incredibly politically unpopular. That's the only reason they
Because
didn't do
Democrats
that.
didn't have the majority to pass any bills.
That's just not true, though. I
It
mean,
is. That's why the
no, but
bipartisan border bill didn't get
cannot, you
passed.
can't say that you have to have the majority to pass any bills.
A
That's
slight majority, yes. A slight majority, yes. You do. You do. If
You-
you don't
you
have a
do
slight
not
majority,
have
you don't
to,
get
though.
anything done. You literally do.
R&D, Republicans and Democrats does not really mean much because you can say if you create a bill that's actually fair for people, but that's not how our current government
It's
operates.
party over
right?
policy, right? For
That is
Democrats and
you're-
establishment
You're
Dems.
right in general.
Establishment Dems and Republicans, it is party over country. They're never going to split from their party. Example: as soon as Thomas Massey split
That's
from
a
the party,
that's a very
as-
pessimistic view to take.
as soon as Thomas Massey split from the party, guess what? He got primaried out by a MAGA Republican. Same with John Cornyn. John Cornyn today primaried out. Same with Louisiana. Louisiana, one of those senators primaried out.
Sure. And who decides that, right? So it's not actually
MAGA.
the government, and it's actually the DNC and the RNC, right? That's who
The
we
party,
should-
yes, and they
that's who
choose
we should
party
be
over
mad
country.
at, right?
They choose party over country. Yes. It's just
Right.
a
Okay.
psychopath.
So what is your proposed solution? How do we
what?
fix our fiscal irresponsibility? Like what is your proposed plan? Not just vote Kamala in because that like you just said that would be the same problem, right? We'd have the exact same problem.
In terms
we
of like the
wouldn't?
debt, we
Yes.
wouldn't have it to the extent because you wouldn't have added $5 trillion in one bill like Donald Trump did. So no, we wouldn't have it at the same.
How do we
at
fix the
same
problem?
extent.
How do we
tax
get
the rich,
to
reduce the military budget?
tax the rich?
Tax the rich and
Okay,
reduce
so
the
what
military
is your aside from like I just said, which yes, I think we should raise the corporate tax rate back up to what it was, because I think it's a twofold effect. I think businesses would invest back into their business way more and stop giving out dividends, which would be great for people, right? It would be great for the economy. That's number one. And it would be great for the government because they would receive more taxes. So it's a win-win on both sides. Other than that, how do you expect to, how do you plan to change this? How do you plan to change this two-party system?
How do I plan to change this two-party system? I mean, I think we need to get past this MAGA Republican era and then recover as a nation. And then from there on out,
that's just words. That's word salad.
That's that word salad
stuff. That's what that is. We need to get past this MAGA stuff and everything will be good. We need to just get past it. That means nothing. It's a lot of words. It just means nothing, though.
No, it does. We literally need to move on from this MAGA era in order to vote progressive and vote independent candidates.
Yeah. So that's the thing. In this next election, right? Even in 26 and this year, or in 28, no one's gonna vote independent, right? Maybe there's gonna be a couple of districts across the entire country that vote independent, but the country as a whole, no one's gonna vote in an independent president, for example. That's just not going to happen. So
not
how do you
28, maybe not in 28, but in the future, yes.
What, maybe in 2048, but that's not nothing practical that you're putting forward, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you're asking me this question. We're talking about like Trump right now.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That's why I said this question is so stupid, because you can always say, well, what about Trump? What about Trump?
It's not about Trump. You're literally asking me what is my solution to ending this two-party system.
You don't have one. No one has one. Right?
Yeah.
So you're picking the
my
lesser
solution.
of two evils, right? That's the truth.
Yes, I never denied that.
Exactly.
Harris is the lesser of two evils. Yes.
Yeah, and so I disagree with you on that.
Hey,
there
why?
you go. Right?
Why? Why do you
Again,
disagree?
I told you at the beginning of our conversation, I said, because of the social issues, the fiscal responsibility would make a marginal difference one way or the other.
Social issues?
Oh my Lord. First of all, immigration. How about that? And that's even
immigration. Why do you support Trump on immigration?
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Like you don't understand how the vast majority of America thinks at this point?
I'm asking you why you support Trump on immigration.
Because in order to have a country, we have to have borders, right? If we don't have borders, we really don't have a country.
Harris would have had borders.
Oh, would she have?
Yes, there was borders under Biden.
So you're insane then. You're just crazy.
There was borders under Biden. Are you denying that?
You're delusional, but
are you denying that there was borders under Biden?
Well, no, yeah. Google Maps drew a border. You're right. But
people were being deported and undocumented immigrants were not allowed to come in this country.
Okay.
It was a closed border.
So do you disagree or agree with ISIS actions?
Disagree.
Of course you disagree, right? Of course you do. And why is that?
They're a domestic terrorist organization.
Okay. All right. Forget about that radical term that you just placed on them. What about, let's just say, forget about parties, forget about everything. There's a government organization that is taking people that are here illegally out of the country.
I disagree with that.
Why?
Because it harms them and our economy.
Well, it certainly doesn't harm our economy because
yes, it does. According to American Immigration Council,
it certainly does.
For every 500,000 immigrants removed, according to American Immigration Council, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S.-born workers lose their job. We would see a reduction in $1.1 to $1.7 trillion in our GDP, an increase in inflation, and an increase in prices. We would also see a reduction in the GDP growth. As numbers seen as a 2008 recession. So yes, it would harm our economy. That's directly.
Okay.
$100 billion in taxes that they pay, and $22 billion in Social Security, and $6 billion in Medicaid. That would all be lost, which would harm our economy, increase poverty, and increase crime.
Those are all true, and you know what they all are? They're all nominal. Hold on, they're all true, and they're all nominal numbers. You understand the difference? So if you can say, oh yeah, we'll lose $6 billion in Social Security funding, and we'll lose $5.4 billion in Medicaid funding. Okay, yes, nominally that's true.
$6 billion in Medicaid.
All right, dude. You said you want to have a respectful conversation, but obviously not, right? because
Well,
you
I
just
mean, a
love to
respectful
talk over-
conversation would not be missing.
And you should speak louder. You speak with your chest, my man.
Sure, I got you.
Okay. So even if you say, okay, we remove all these people, we'd lose $6 billion in Social Security. We'd lose $5.4 billion in Medicare, right? That's true, right? Nominally, that may be true. How much are they taking from those systems?
Well, not much.
No, not much. So that's not a nominal answer, right? That's just a bullshit answer. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you an answer for healthcare. $6
No,
billion.
give me an answer for the things that you
for
provided.
healthcare. Yeah, for healthcare, in reference to healthcare. Yeah.
No, in reference to Social Security and in reference,
undocumented immigrants don't get Social Security legally. They cannot.
they get okay.
Legally, they cannot.
That's certainly untrue because you know how it works.
need a social
the
you-
Social
you
Security
need to- you need to be
benefits
here
get
legally.
funneled into the states, and then they decide how to distribute them to their population. And notice
gonna
how
be
I say
state, not federal.
population, not the citizens of their states, the population of their states.
So that's going to
You
be the
understand
state.
the
That's going
difference
to
of
that's
that?
going to be the state. That's going to be state level. Federally, they cannot.
Yes, but
and
it's still money given from the federal government.
No,
What
they
don't you
cannot
get
use
about
the,
that?
The state cannot use federal money to pay for undocumented immigrants. They cannot use any federal money. That's false.
No, so you're obviously incorrect here.
Okay,
because
prove it.
here-
Prove it.
Here's the thing. Well, I mean, you're not even going to take my anecdote seriously.
No, I'm not. So prove it.
Okay, so there you go.
Statistics. Give me a source.
My
that
laptop
tells
is
me.
dead here, but I can put it on the laptop here.
Sure. Give me a source that says that states are allowed to use federal funding for undocumented immigrants.
Not directly, right? But
So then it's not
this
money
is the
from
thing.
federal
If-
government
this
that they're
is-
allowed to
this
use.
is-
It's
these
their
are
own money. It's the
stupid
state's
liberal
money.
arguments because you want to get into semantics about how the money is actually allocated.
Can you agree?
but
Can you agree
does
that
not-
it's the state money, not the federal money?
Oh my lord! Do you understand that the way
there's a
that-
difference.
the way that taxes work, right? And why people say, oh yeah, California and New York, they're net taxpayers to the federal government. Yes, but they also yes, they're net taxpayers, but they get funded from the federal government. That's how they distribute their state money.
Right.
A lot
they
of
get
it
funded,
comes
but
back
they
from the
contribute
federal
more to the
government.
federal government than they get in from funding.
Right. That is the truth, right? But if you have a powerhouse like New York or like California, right? And of course you're going to be pushing more money towards the federal government in federal taxes, but that's actually not their money to begin with. I mean, let's be real. Those are federal dollars as soon as they're taxed. Federal.
No, they get less federal funding compared to what they put in, so that's false. Can you provide the claim that states are allowed to use federal funding to give their citizens?
You are, dude. So you're clearly not understanding
Social
what I'm
Security.
saying, and I'm not even going to speak for a couple more minutes if you can't get this simple thing, right?
Okay, let me just ask you a question. It'll clarify. Are states allowed to use federal money or federal like money from the federal government to pay for their own state's citizens to pay for undocumented immigrants? Yes or no?
Well, yes. The way that you just phrased
So
it, yes.
the state
Yeah.
is allowed to use federal funding to pay for undocumented immigrants.
Here's the thing, man.
Yes
so
or
now
no?
you're phrasing it
I
differently.
think I misspoke and I said
This is
citizen.
the
I
issue.
misspoke and I said citizen. So that's my bad. I'm not trying to be
Okay,
dishonest.
so there you go,
Yeah, I'm not
right?
trying. I
So there you
misspoke,
go.
but I thought it was.
Okay.
So can I ask
okay.
again? Just to
so
clarify?
no.
Just to
Now
clarify.
now no.
Okay, no.
Okay. So
So-
now how you phrase it, no.
So then that was. I do apologize. I
Right.
misworded it. I misspoke. That's my bad. So no, states are not allowed to use federal funding for undocumented immigrants.
Okay.
Is that
So
a
we
clear
agree.
answer?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
We
so then
we
that
agree.
proves you wrong when so undocumented
No,
immigrants don't
no,
qualify
no.
for benefits on the federal level.
No.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Do undocumented immigrants qualify for benefits on the federal level?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's the whole point. That's my entire.
Then you
point.
agree with me. So then they don't on the
Because
federal level
do
they
not
don't take
get
out.
it. They don't get it from SNAP. They get it from they don't get it from Medicaid. They get it from Cal Medicaid or whatever they want to call it.
Since
But it's
2022,
still
undocumented-
money from
hold
the
on,
federal
hold on, pause.
government. What do
Since
you get
20
about
since
that?
since 2022, Medi-Cal has not been able to give funding for undocumented immigrants, so that's false.
Well, I'll tell you, my wife was offered it in 2023, and guess what her lawyer said? Don't take it because
Your
the
wife
federal
was
government is going to
undocumented?
fuck you over when
Your
when
wife
the
was
federal government
undocumented?
is- No, well, she came in under asylum.
Okay, asylum's legal.
Asylum is legal, but guess what? She's not a citizen.
Okay. There are
So she
people
shouldn't
who are
be receiving
non-citizens.
federal funds, but
there are people
she
who
was
are
certainly
non-citizens There are people who
And
are
you know what she
non-citizens
was
that can get
offered?
state benefits.
You know what she was offered, dude? Let's just be clear. You know what she was offered? Cash in hand. $500 a month in California.
I
in
mean,
Los
there are non-citizens that are able to get benefits in on the state level.
How
But we
stupid
agreed.
is that,
We
huh?
agreed. It's not stupid. I think on the federal level, undocumented immigrants should qualify for Medicaid and Social Security. I think
Yeah,
on the
so
federal
you're
level they should.
crazy, man. You're
Sure, you can
crazy.
think I'm crazy, but that's great. That's literally not an attack on my argument. But so we agree they don't qualify for any federal benefits. So on the federal level, they contribute more than they take out. Yes.
Of course. Listen, I live in New York. I know.
Okay. So then, what's the disagreement? Like, why do you support mass deportation?
Because they're a net negative on our society. What don't you understand about
How are
that?
they a net
Because
negative?
hold on. Because let me explain
Hold on,
one of
how
the
are they a
things.
net negative?
Let me explain one part of your argument. You know, you said, yes, if all these people were gone, it would cause inflation. Of course it would cause inflation.
So then, what's the net negative? Oh, that they put in our
let's
society.
just dive down on this one topic because you love to speak fast, like you're like a Ben Shapiro kind of guy. You love to make 10 different arguments in 1 minute. But here's the thing. Let's dive down on this, right?
Sure. Then can we go to your claim?
No, yeah, but let's just dive down on this real quick, right? So
Sure.
you say if we removed all these people, it would cause inflation. Sure. And let's say why would it cause inflation? Well, probably because labor prices would go up. And on the face, that sounds bad, right? Oh yeah, labor prices goes up, wages go up. That's bad. It's bad for business. That means inflation. But what does that mean in reality? Oh, actually, American citizens are getting paid more, right? So that's actually what it means when they say, oh, it will cause inflation. It's not because they're any better workers, right? It's not because they're more efficient. It's because they are willing to work for a lower price.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
agree
bad.
with that?
That's bad. What's your point? What's your point?
Is that
disagree.
You
I
can't use
disagree
that
with
as a
undocumented
negative
entry.
argument.
It is a negative.
against-
It is a negative
against
argument.
removing people from this country.
So yeah, that is a negative argument. I agree with mass
Yes, you're
amnesty.
crazy, man. So
I
you're like,
agree.
yes,
hold on.
depress Americans' wages. So we
That's
do
why
not
we should.
experience
That's why we
inflation.
should do mass amnesty. Mass amnesty wouldn't do that. It would actually increase wages.
Okay. No, and then you know what would happen actually? It's because they have the exact same rights as everyone else, and they would not be willing to work for any less than any other American.
Good. No one should be exploited. What?
So then we'll have inflation at the same time as reduced wages, right? So let's be clear about this.
hold on. What's your source for that? What's your source that if we
It's
do
common
mass amnesty,
sense, man. That's
hold
my
on,
source.
I gave you my sources, American Immigration Council. So what's your source that if
Okay,
we
I
do
can
mass
give you a
amnesty,
source
hold
for
on.
anything, and you know that
Sure.
too. Don't be obtuse.
Sure. So then tell me your source that if we do mass amnesty, wages will go down and inflation will go up. What's your source for that? Because I gave you my source for my claim.
No, I didn't say wages would go down. I said wages would go up, and
Okay.
inflation
Would inflation go up or down?
Inflation would go up, of course.
Okay. What's your source for that?
Dude, okay, I'm trying to get my fucking laptop to turn on here. Dude, at the end of the day, if you want to just act stupid, you can do that, and you can fool a lot of people, You can't fool everyone. That's the truth. You can make these crazy arguments that make really no sense, and you can
Well,
talk
not
super
crazy.
fast.
You
You can talk
have
super
failed to
fast like Ben
disprove
Shapiro, and you can do this, and you can make 10 arguments in 1 second.
I can
but-
talk slower for you.
No, but you can't just say 10 things in 1 minute and be like, well, what about this? And then what about this?
That's why, I'm taking notes on what you say, and I'm also tracking what I say, and you're allowed to respond to anything. Now, you made a claim if we did mass amnesty, inflation would go up. I acknowledge that you're saying you're trying to turn on your laptop. That's fine. So we'll put that aside from now, and we'll come back to it in 5 minutes. Okay, that's how we do productive dialogue. I'll let you search it up. Now, can we go back to what you said? You said undocumented immigrants would be a net negative.
Well, they are a net negative, man. I mean, let's
Yeah,
just
how?
be real. And so here's the thing. Here's
How are
what
they
I
net
thought.
negative?
Here it is. Sorry, I found it finally. But here's my thing is how would you reasonably explain? Because right now, or I guess not right now, but talk about 3 years ago. When you talk about people coming into the country, it's like, the quote unquote American dream from the 20s or the 40s, the Ellis Island times.
Sure.
And it's like, oh yeah, you come here for a better life. But when you came here to Ellis Island in the 30s, there wasn't even income tax. You surely weren't getting any benefits. It's like you came here on your own merit. You had to travel across on a boat
Sure.
for the most part. So you had to make a hard journey to come here. and there was a lot of sacrifice. And now it's like, okay, you can just, you can fly your way into Ecuador, make your way up to the Mexican border, and you can come in under whatever false pretenses, or just come in illegally. And it doesn't even matter because the states won't cooperate with the federal government. And even, during the Biden years, they wouldn't even prosecute people, even if they wanted to deport you. But
okay, give me one second, because you have give me 1 second. I'll just reset. We have 50 people here and 20 people over on YouTube. Yeah, if you're ever on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and then click on the notification all. If you're ever here on TikTok, hit that follow button if you haven't already. Trying to get to 5,000 likes. If you guys want to support this live stream, check out the link tree in the description of both TikTok bio and YouTube live stream. You can find all my social media as well as my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. We do have a goal of $15. If 15 people send $1, we would reach our goal through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Obviously, everything's appreciated. We're trying to have a debate with X, I think the username is. So you made the claim that they wouldn't prosecute under the Joe Biden administration. Who wouldn't they prosecute? I think I missed that.
They wouldn't prosecute people who made it past the federal, the area that the CBP controlled, which is 100 miles from the border at any point. So once you made it past that point and you were in LA, or you were in New York, or you were in Minnesota, or you were in any sanctuary city, or really anywhere, because ICE really wasn't doing anything within the continental United States. You were pretty much free, and
no, that's false. Under Joe Biden, there were more violent criminals deported, undocumented violent criminals deported compared to Trump, year over year. So we're comparing 2024 to 2025. Joe Biden deported.
I'd
more
love to see
criminals.
you. Can drop that in the comments. I'd love to.
Yeah, ICE is my source, and then you can take a look at.
Drop the exact source in the comments.
Sure.
That'd be great.
In the meantime, you still haven't answered my question. How would undocumented immigrants be a net negative?
So here's the thing, right? Let me ask you just a hypothetical. If there was someone who has money, say they have millions of dollars in their home country, they're worth millions of dollars, and they want to come in here and say their normal lifestyle is $120,000 a year. That's what they just spend on their housing, on their food, on their pleasure, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to live here. Or someone who came in here, they're a hard worker, but their normal lifestyle was $10,000. They're from Nicaragua, right? And they want to come in here. Mm-hmm. Who do you think is better for the country, right? Because this Nicaraguan is going to come in. He'll probably make 40. Can you just answer mine real quick? He'll probably make 40 grand a year, right? He'll do well for himself. He'll help our country. But who's more beneficial to our country?
I think both individuals.
Someone who doesn't
beneficial.
work and spends 120 grand, or someone who does work hard and spends 40 grand. Who do you think's more beneficial?
I think both individuals can be beneficial to their own extent.
No, I mean, if you had to make a choice.
You're saying that they take out $120 from the federal government?
No, I'm saying they spend 120 grand a year, $120,000 a year. From of their own money. No, from their own money that they made in their own country, and they come here versus someone who has debt and comes here and works for 40 grand a year doing landscaping or something. Who do you think is more beneficial to our country?
Oh, both. I mean, if they're spending $120 of their own money.
If you had to make a choice.
That's a really hard choice to make. That's a really hard choice to make because if they're spending $120 of their own money, then they would obviously
$120,000, man. Stop saying $120.
I didn't mean $120,000. If they're spending $120,000 a year of their own money, then they're obviously going to be wealthy. They're obviously going to be better off. That could be beneficial, right? And if they're here paying taxes, well, that can be beneficial to some extent. As well,
and they're
as
also not depressing the workforce,
as well as they own a business maybe or something. But on the other hand, this individual that makes $40,000 a year, who does landscaping, I think that's also very beneficial to this economy and very beneficial.
In what
to
sense, though? Is it beneficial to the person who's making $60,000 a year doing landscaping?
It's beneficial to communities. Communities, yes.
No, but I'm saying the dude who's making, the born and raised American who's working landscaping and he's making $1,200 a week, 60 grand a year. Obviously, if the boss sees, oh wow, this hardworking Nicaraguan is willing to work for 40 grand a year, why don't I just hire him?
That's why we shouldn't. That's why we shouldn't have undocumented entry.
Oh, so there you go. So now you're opposed to that. Okay, very good.
I never agreed with undocumented entry. Can you answer my question now? Also, for my source, because I don't want to be like my source is going to be Cato Institute that cites ICE. Quote: 5% of people detained by ICE have violent convictions. Right, 5% of people compared to Joe Biden. My source is going to be Cato Institute, a nonpartisan institute, and they cite ICE themselves. So that's going to be my source. But let's go back. The claim that you made was undocumented immigrants would be a net negative. You have failed to prove that. Again, guys, you guys make sure to double tap that phone screen. And obviously, everything is appreciated. If you guys want to meet the goal of $15, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, as well as buy me a coffee, all in the link tree and the TikTok bio, everything's appreciated. If one person sends, 15 people send $1, so I can't do math, you would meet that goal. But that's my source. And then you said undocumented immigrants would be a negative. You have failed to prove that. So can you please prove that?
Trying to find a source right now.
Sure.
My laptop finally turned on.
Dun, 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 dun. They can never prove anything. I've had a couple guests here that, yeah, they like the popcorn. Popcorn was an interesting one. Very interesting individual there. You guys make sure to double tap that phone to get the phone. But if you haven't already,
Well,
if
the
you're
thing
ready,
is,
put the thumbs
also,
up.
you're not open to anything. That's the
I
other
am.
issue.
Look, I conceded.
Oh, you're
I
actually not,
concede a lot. Chat knows here. The chat who watches me frequently knows that I do not know everything, and I concede. When I am wrong, I say I am wrong, and I concede.
Yeah, but you have to have specific data where you look it up and you're like directly proven wrong. That's the thing, you know. Otherwise, you're like,
Well, yeah.
well, of course not, because that's what I think, you know. It's
Because like if we say that like if you want to say like indirect data, well yeah, 14% unemployment under Trump. Did Trump cause that? No, he didn't cause that. But like if I were to present that to you and I would make the claim like, oh, like he did cause this, instead of looking like at what directly caused it, that would be disingenuous of me. That's why
like to get into the data though.
We need direct data to prove it. And also, I'm not asking for data. Like I'm
But
asking
it's
you,
kind of like-
what's one
it's
reason
kind of
that
obvious
undocumented immigrants would be a net negative? Like
But it's kind
culturally,
of obvious,
economically,
though.
how is it obvious? Like what is one reason?
Because they're willing to work for lower wages than American are, and they're willing to work
Because
for,
they get exploited.
in less exactly.
So that's why
exactly
we should
my
do mass
point.
amnesty.
But that's so silly because then
Why?
because again, like you said, yes, we should have a border. We shouldn't allow undocumented people in here. But since they're in here, let's give them mass amnesty. What about
That goes
when-
back to the other claim that you forgot to prove. You
here
said
you
mass
go.
amnesty would increase inflation. You made that claim, yes?
No.
I have it.
Oh
written
yeah,
down
no.
right here.
giving mass amnesty would, yes.
Yeah.
Of course
So
it would.
you have so instead of searching up what like how they would be a negative.
How would you
can
even get
can
data on that? I mean, when was
Well,
the last
I
time
gave
you
you-
gave
I-
mass amnesty?
1980s.
50 years ago?
Yeah, Cubanos. It was Reagan with the Cubanos.
Yeah, so it was like 50 years ago. So
But it's
how
not.
do you even
It's not
have
necessarily
data?
based on historical data. It's based on like estimations. Like for example, my source is going to be the American Immigration Council that proves that inflation will go up under mass deportation. You could find something similar, a nonpartisan organization that does estimations on these.
And if you think nonpartisan organizations automatically mean that a single study is nonpartisan or like unbiased,
No,
you know,
it doesn't mean that in
it's silly.
specific. But I mean, you agreed that it would increase inflation. You agreed to that, so we're not. we don't have to
I'm
debate that.
sure it would, because how wouldn't it? How would it? Well, it certainly wouldn't decrease inflation.
But can you prove that mass
How would it?
amnesty would
Like,
increase
give
inflation?
me just a non-data.
It wouldn't decrease inflation.
Of course, it wouldn't. So the only other
But can
option.
you prove
is
that
it
mass
would increase
amnesty would increase inflation?
Of course, it would.
Prove it.
But you just said logically it wouldn't decrease inflation.
No, I thought you were
The
talking
only
about mass
logical
deportation.
option is.
I thought
is,
you were talking
okay,
about mass deportation. Sorry.
Oh,
thought you were
no,
talking what I
no.
claimed.
We're talking about mass amnesty.
Oh, so mass amnesty? Yeah, you have to prove that it would increase inflation.
So you think there's a possibility it would decrease inflation?
I'm agnostic. So you have to prove the claim that you made, which is that it would
You're
increase
agnostic.
inflation. Yeah,
So you think it's a possibility that mass amnesty would decrease inflation?
I think I'm agnostic on that claim.
Yeah, but that's kind of silly, right? How are you agnostic on
really.
that? You don't even lean one way or the other.
No.
You just don't know.
Yeah,
So I could just show you a
it doesn't
totally
matter.
bullshit study with a .org, and you'd be like,
I mean,
"Oh
if
yeah,
it's
you're
totally
right."
if it's totally bullshit, we'll know it's totally bullshit. We'll go over the methods, the methodology that those.
But I mean,
sources use.
just give an argument as to how it would decrease
That's
inflation.
burden shifting. That's a logical fallacy.
No, I'm just no, it's not. Just
You're
No,
literally
I'm
asking me to give me an argument as to how it wouldn't increase inflation. That is burden shifting.
because
You
I can
made the
give you
claim
I
that it
can
would.
give you an argument as to how it would increase inflation.
But who would name one name one economist that agrees with you, or a source that agrees with you?
Oh
A
my God.
nonpartisan
This is the
source.
thing, man. So you just I mean, it's like you don't have your own brain. You know, like a lot of these people, you don't have your own brain. I mean, you can't
What?
think for yourself. I mean, at all.
I
Like
can.
you can't even make an argument that you don't even agree with that would suggest that mass amnesty would decrease inflation. Like even if you don't agree with it, you can't even make.
But I
an
never
argument.
made the claim that it would decrease. You're the
I'm
one
not
who made the
saying
claim
you
that it would
made that
increase.
claim, man.
But you
I'm
can
just saying
prove
you
your
can't
claim.
even make a claim that suggests that.
No, because we want to investigate your claim. Once we investigate your claim, I can make a claim whether I agree with it or not, and then you can investigate my stance. Yes. So prove that it would increase inflation.
Well, I gave you my claim as to
But you
how
have to
it
prove
would increase
the claim.
by data. I can't make an argumentative claim just based on words. I have to
Make
give
it. You have
data.
to make a claim based on
Just
evidence.
because some economist agrees with me on Google. I mean, are you kidding me?
If you can prove what you're
How
saying to
silly
be
is
true,
that,
then yeah.
bro? Like between like human to human, not fucking Republican to Democrat. Like if you were talking to your friend, you wouldn't be able to say, well, maybe this or maybe that. You'd just be like, well, give me the data, man. Give me the data. Like you're drinking beers, you know, talking about this. You're like, give me the data. Come on,
Sure.
George. Give me the data, man.
Yeah,
Like, you can't even just-
sure. Well, I'll allow the burden shift. Mass amnesty would decrease inflation.
What was that?
Mass amnesty would decrease inflation. I'll allow the burden shift. Mass amnesty would decrease inflation.
Just think of an argument. I mean,
Yeah, I can provide a source for you. Give me a second.
forget the source. Just talk in your own words. How about that? Like a normal
Just talk
person.
in my own words.
Yeah, I don't need a quote from some economist that agrees with you. Of course, you can find an
Yes.
economist
So
that agrees.
so in the long term, inflation would decrease.
Yeah, continue reading. Yeah.
I'm not.
How
reading
about
anything.
just say what you think?
Sure. Inflation would decrease in the long term because you have all these workers, these millions of workers that are going to be integrated within the U.S. economy that are not going to be deported under mass amnesty, under mass deportation, obviously. And then you're going to have them working fair wages. You're going to have them contributing more into the economy, and you're going to have them spending more from said economy as well. More demand, more supply.
Okay. I thought
That's
they were
the best
exploited.
argument that I could
I thought you literally just said that they were exploited, though.
Yeah,
Which
undocumented
I agree
immigrants
with
are.
that. I think they
Undocumented
are
immigrants are, but
exploited.
if we make them legal via mass amnesty, they
Right.
wouldn't be.
But then their salaries, you know, or their wages would jump by, say, what, 20, 30, 40%, something like that.
Sure, whatever percentage.
Right.
I
So
don't
that
know
would
the exact
immediately, you know, saying things in landscaping, saying pizza or delis or wherever all these illegal immigrants currently work
Uh-huh.
that aren't that, you know, they don't the delis or the pizzerias or the landscapers, they don't pay payroll taxes. They're a 1099 because they have an ITIN. They don't have an SSN. They can't pay. They actually cannot physically. They have to give them a 1099.
Yeah.
They cannot. They
You
cannot
are right
be
on that,
W2
yes.
workers.
Yes,
Of
you're
course,
right.
yeah. So it's not even the direct 20, 30, 40% wage increase from, say,
But you could agree that if they
$14 an
do
hour
mass
to
amnesty, then
$20.
you can agree if we do mass amnesty, they would be paying taxes, and these employers would have to pay payroll taxes if they are here legally.
Yes.
So then that would be a good thing. We
Well,
will get
it
more
would-
revenue
it would
from
be-
the payroll
it would be
taxes.
It would be a good thing for the current illegals. Sure, it would be.
No,
a good
for the
thing.
no. It would be a good thing for these employees to pay payroll taxes if these quote unquote illegals were to be legal, right? Because then they would have to pay payroll taxes since they're here legally, which would revenue more money for the American economy, and that would be a good thing. So that kind of goes into like my point, like the fact that the employers typically don't pay like payroll taxes with undocumented immigrants. Well, yeah, mass amnesty would make them here. We make them legal, then they have to pay payroll taxes.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess that's an argument. You did create an argument that's somewhat feasible. I mean, I tend to disagree with that only because I know listen, I worked in the restaurant industry in New York for a very long time.
Sure.
And there's and I can't even say that I'm not guilty of it, you know. There are plenty of times that I worked for people where I didn't pay income tax. So I
You probably got a phone call.
Yeah, I did. You're right. Sorry.
Continue.
But yeah, I don't know if that would change necessarily.
I mean, sure, you're gonna have these exceptions.
At least it is an
employers, like,
argument created.
obviously, American citizens are going to be paid. Like, some are going to be paid under the table, but a majority of them aren't. So obviously, we are going to see an increase of revenue through payroll taxes if we do mass amnesty. I guess my point is here. Why would you disagree with like my position? And another thing, like
we're talking about net positive / net negative.
Sure. We can add another thing. We could tax these undocumented immigrants who are going to be here legally now due to mass amnesty. We could tax them 6 to 7% for 7 years. What's the word? Fuck. Revenue. I cannot pronounce the word right now. It would revenate. Fuck. What's the word?
I don't know.
I give up. It would create billions of dollars in revenue. There we go. If we tax these people who are here legally via mass amnesty 6 to 7% for 7
I mean,
years.
a lot of people make the argument that they're paying already whatever they say. You know, they're paying $20 or $30 billion a year in federal income taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, a lot of them are, but
no, not a lot. Like
most of
less
them
than a
aren't.
lot. Yeah, most of them aren't. Yeah, which we would see more money even through that. But with my plan of taxing them 6 to 7% for 7 years, that would revenue. Yeah, I think that's the word. Revenue even more money.
Revenue is not a verb. It's a noun. But so I mean, it would create revenue. You could say it would create.
It would create revenue. Okay, thank you. I've been fumbling that.
Yeah,
it would create revenue by billions of dollars extra.
But billions of dollars is not really. It's really not relevant when you talk about 15, 20 million people. You know, it's
well, yeah, but that's on top of them paying the ones who don't pay taxes paying taxes now.
Yeah, but
and
do you
that's
understand?
on top of
You
the 6 to
understand?
7%.
Like when people talk about, oh my God, it's going to be an extra 10, 20 billion dollars. So like even just say on the conservative side, there's 15 billion illegal or 15 million illegal people here.
Sure.
You know, even if you say each one of them will pay $1,000 in incremental federal taxes, 15 million times 1,000 is 15 billion. So you can say, oh yeah, they're going to pay $15 billion. It sounds like a big number. It's like, okay, they're going to pay $1,000 a piece.
But that's on top of the bill. Hold on. Let's just use the numbers.
Then you have to subtract how many people are getting Medicare, how many people are getting Medicaid, how many people
Can I just make a quick point?
But you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but let me just give you my perspective. Your 15 billion number. Let's say I agree with that. Let's say it's like, let's say it's the people. Well, no. Let's say it's the people who don't know. Well, no, because the majority of them don't. We'll just use the $15 billion in reference to the 6 to 7% of my proposed plan of taxing them for 7 years. Right, $15 billion for 7 years. Would revenue like close to? It would be create revenue like what? $100 billion probably. I don't know the exact math. I'm not going to do math. But then we also have a majority who don't pay taxes currently, paying taxes since they would be here legally, which would also increase the revenue that we would get from them. Right, and then you asked the thing about healthcare. Well, yeah, $6 billion are spent on non-insured individuals, which includes American citizens who are not insured. Let's just say all 6 billion are from undocumented immigrants. Well, they contribute 6 billion into Medicaid, so that evens it out. But obviously not all 6 billion are from undocumented immigrants. So my point is here, at the end of the day, they are a net positive, and I've actually been able to prove that, and you have failed to prove that they are a net negative.
Well, I actually just responded to this guy, and maybe he can actually provide a source for it, because he said negative $68,000 per illegal, and that's probably what I would assume that it is. That
counts in their children, right? Their children who go to school, because the children of undocumented immigrants or undocumented immigrant children are allowed to go to school K through 12. And that includes, like,
so sure. So I mean, I guess
but they would be here legally.
Talk about if you say, I don't like the term anchor baby. I think it is kind of a derogatory term.
Sure.
But if a lot of people on your side of the aisle won't argue against that. They'll make up some other terms that make it sound better. And they'll say, well, are we going to split up families? And no, well, we have to keep families together. And it's like, okay, so what are the choice? We either deport the parents and the children, or we don't deport either of them. So, and essentially you're saying the same thing. It's like, okay, well, the anchor.
We shouldn't deport them.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no different. I mean, I said I don't like the term.
Thing? Like, you haven't proved that it's a bad thing.
Because you just said, negative $68,000. Well, that's including the parents. It's like, sure.
That's including the citizen children. The citizen children. That's including them.
Well, the citizen children are taking far less than the parents. I mean, let's be real here.
Well, no, actually, that's not necessarily true. Let me just, the person who commented that, who said, I've heard this argument. But this, first off, this comes from a far right institution, from a far right, which, fine.
Is it a .org? Because that's all you need to have it be reliable for you.
Well, no, not necessarily. Organizations can be far right or far left. But we'll ignore the far right, right? We'll ignore that. Their methodology that they use, they include non-citizens. Well, non-citizens include green card holders. They're not citizens. Non-citizens include people who are not citizens, i.e., green card holders, i.e., asylum seekers who are here legally. What we're referencing
here on visa or whatever.
Right. What we're referencing here is undocumented immigrants, people who are not here legally. So the methodology there is a bit different. And what that also includes is household, which includes the children of undocumented immigrants who are also here legally, who are citizens, and they go to school, or they get benefits because they're citizens. That's what it includes. Right, so that's a very dishonest.
Everyone goes to school here in America, though, bro. I mean, let's be real. Even if you're undocumented, you're in most states you're entitled.
That's the point. The methodology is like not correct. They include
but even that that's a good example, right? If you're undocumented here in New York, where I am, right, you're entitled to go to school.
Yes.
Right. So that alone, every single child here, even if the child is undocumented, is entitled to whatever it is.
Yes.
$12,000 to $14,000 to $20,000 a year in taxpayer money, because that's what.
I don't know the exact number, but let's just.
It's something along those lines, right? It's more than 10 grand a year. So I mean, that alone, if the parents have 3 kids, that even, let's put it on the low side, let's say 10 grand a year, and they have 3 children that are undocumented, they brought them over, and these children they're taking $30,000 essentially from taxpayer funds.
That's bipartisan. Do you agree children
Why
should
is that
be able
bipartisan?
Republicans and Democrats agreed to this. Like in Congress, they agreed to this. Do you think children, like any child, should have access to education, like K through 12 education? Whether they're legal status?
I think yes. I think they absolutely should.
Perfect.
That being said, I don't think that absolves them from the certainly they're putting a burden on our society, right? And that's why
when you think about it, when you think about it, those children.
Again, it's not their burden to. Yeah, sure. Sorry.
When you think about it, are these children going to grow up? They're going to live up to 80 years on average. I don't know the actual lifespan average. What are they going to do? Pay taxes? What are they going to do if they're here undocumented? They're going to get citizenship and pay even more taxes. What are they going to do? Get a job eventually, right? Like directly contribute into the economy and indirectly contribute via their job, right? So you're just saying that they're going to spend these thousands of dollars on school, which sure, but then they have their whole life to contribute back.
Sure, but we're talking about, like, say 2 parents bring over a 1, 3, and 5-year-old. They have what?
They undocumented?
They have 13, 16 and 18 years or more probably of $30,000 a year. So
are they undocumented?
You're talking about $600,000 for this one family that they're taking from obviously talk about in a general sense. They're not going to provide $600,000 back to the local government via property taxes, which is actually who pays for these people. In the local sense, and certainly in the federal sense, if they're taking SNAP and they're taking Section 8 and they're taking.
That's why. Well, hold on. The undocumented immigrants can't have SNAP on the federal level. So
on the federal level, but man, it doesn't matter though, because I'm telling you, from a guy in New York, and listen, I spent a lot of time in LA, dude. it doesn't matter because again, it's the
But we're talking
states
about the
giving
federal
this
level
stuff out, because otherwise
I don't know much about like New York or LA. I'm not from there, right? So it would be dishonest. for me
Sure.
to
So
talk
I
about
guess
that.
I guess you're not as informed because I mean,
I just don't live there.
I know,
Like,
but that's what I'm
it's-
saying. I'm
do
saying
you want
you
me-
don't
well,
see it
hold
with
on,
your own
hold
two
on.
eyes. You know.
Do you want me to like look up every single economy from all? 50
No, that's
states?
not. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to actually trust me. I'm sure you wouldn't, but you know, I'm telling you.
I
this-
agree with
this
you
is
on the
happening.
state level. On the state level, there are individuals who get benefits, right? Medi-Cal was a thing for undocumented immigrants. I'm agreeing with you.
Medi-Cal is still a thing for undocumented.
Not for undocumented. Not last I heard.
Well, for asylum seekers certainly. So
Yeah, but they're here legally.
That's certainly and by the way, you know, people on the streets and all this stuff. They're not
They don't.
checking. I mean, again, all of this stuff is crazy.
Nope, you're on mute.
My bad.
You're good.
But
Is there any other points you wanted to make? I'm probably gonna get off here. I've been on for like an hour. No, 2 hours.
all right. Well,
I appreciate the respectful
make,
dialogue. But yeah, any other points?
Yeah. All right. Let me make one last point, which I think is
Sure,
the most pertinent thing to our society, ahead of social issues and ahead of fiscal issues.
Sure.
Voting needs to be reformed, and why do Democrats? I honestly I don't even understand I mean, I understand like the talking points. You know, it disproportionately affects you know, black and, you know, minority and whatever else people say.
Sure.
But what about and I don't know, I can't say that I know everything about the Save America Act, but
sure.
what about, you know, requiring ID to vote actually upsets people, and I literally cannot wrap my mind around. I can understand, well, you wrapped all these other things into the bill, and I disagree with this, but okay, fine. But if you were to just put a bill forward that says, in any jurisdiction in America, be that local, state, or federal elections, you have to present at least just one valid form of ID that was issued by the government. How could anyone possibly disagree with that?
Sure. A couple different points here. So the first point is going to be that only 68 undocumented immigrants have voted since 1980
That you
in
know
all
of.
elections. Well, it's only 68. Okay. So the issue is not undocumented immigrants voting, right? Out of thousands of elections, hundreds of millions of people voting throughout elections, only 68 undocumented immigrants.
How do you know this though? Okay.
There's statistics on that. It's like
Yes,
proven.
but they're frauded statistics, bro.
Okay, so let's move on from that point then. I would agree with the Save America Act if it didn't include the whole like trans thing, whatever. If it was simply present an ID, I would agree with that.
Right.
Only
Okay.
if we amend it, right? We give these people time, right? If we give them time, and we give them time to get their passport, ID, whatever they need to do, I would agree with it, right? But when you're trying to pass it right before midterms, when people are going to have to rush to go get the information that they need, and this is going to impact 20 million Americans, making it almost impossible for them to vote, I don't support that. So
Didn't they present it like in like January though? Or
they
February?
have, but they haven't passed it. That's the thing. They're waiting to pass
Sure.
it.
But
My only thing,
the Democrats are stalling on it, but because of those reasons you mentioned, sure. Okay.
yeah. But my only thing, I would agree with it if we added amendments to give exceptions, right, or give people more time. That's the only way I would agree with it.
But even if it passed tomorrow, right? Elections aren't until November, right? And you said, you know, from now until December, getting IDs and getting driver's licenses and getting passports, they're all free. It's a free for all. Everything is free. You know, if you can't do that in, you know, whatever, 6 months, you're an idiot. I mean, you're just incompetent, right? I mean,
There are
like,
some
let's be-
individuals that like work 2 jobs, have children, and have no free time
for 6
at all.
months though, 180 days, you can't find one day.
It's not impossible.
Well, I mean,
But
you're an
that's not the
idiot.
argument. That's not the argument that I'm making. The argument here is just going to be like, I would agree with it if they gave them time to do so. Right? But obviously, it's not going to be passed tomorrow. Obviously, it's not going to be passed anytime soon. And you're saying it's the Democrats stalling? No, actually, it's not. It's the Republicans. Because guess what? This can be included in a reconciliation bill, which can get passed by a simple majority. But guess what?
Yeah, but why does it have to be included in a reconciliation bill?
Well, because that's the easiest way a majority can get bills passed, right?
No,
But
this is
because-
the easiest way that we increase the fiscal irresponsibility of America.
is
including
hold on.
everything inside of a reconciliation bill.
But the point is
That's how
because
we
of the
got to
weapon
this point.
because of the weaponization fund, Republicans do not want to pass the Save America Act, and that's why Donald Trump is hating on Republicans right now. A lot of them. But listen, Matt, I appreciate the respectful dialogue. You're one of the most. You're not one of the most, but you're one of the respectful people out there.
Yeah, sounds good.
You seem reasonable enough. I think you should deconstruct your views. That's my opinion. If you want my opinion, I don't.
I think you should too. So
I obviously every day try to deconstruct my views. I don't think you should support Trump. Take into consideration. what I
again,
said.
I'm not a Trump supporter. That's the thing. So
Would you go back in time and vote for Harris or Trump?
again, I told you no. Of course, I would vote for Trump
Right.
because
I
of
would,
the social.
I would have
issues.
considered that for you to be like a Trump supporter in my worldview. I think that you should at least take into consideration what I said. But with that being said, I
because
appreciate it.
how silly is that you say if I went back in time, I would vote for the opposition, and if
It's
I
like,
don't
would you
vote for
would
the
you vote for
opposition,
Harris
that
or
means
Trump or
that I'm
not
a Trump
vote?
supporter.
Would you not vote for Harris or Trump?
No, well, I would vote for Trump. I mean,
Even if you
that's
had the
thing.
ability not to vote?
Yes, because then my
So you
voice
are a
wouldn't
Trump
have
supporter.
I wouldn't have a voice. So I mean,
Okay, Green Party or Third Party?
but that's stupid. I wouldn't have a voice that way either. You know, stupid.
Sure. Take into consideration what I said. I appreciate coming up here, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, man. Bye bye.
Yeah, take care. That was a respectful conversation. We went through a couple different points.